So I recently found this book, A Handful of Spells. It's written by a hard of hearing author, Kimberley Shaw, and it said it was a magical hard of hearing girl and it's similar vibes to Harry Potter. And I was like, okay, yes, bye. Because growing up, I did, let's be honest, I loved Harry Potter. So I was like, okay, it's a girl. She's hard of hearing. She has hearing aids, and it's magic. Yes, it's a magical school. Yes, please let me see how it is. And if I was still middle school, I would have loved this book growing up. Like, I would want this book. This character, Kate, in the book, she is who I was. She didn't feel like she really fit in with the hearing community because she couldn't hear. She missed conversations. She messed up what she was saying, words. And so she loved to read. And so she was always reading because she didn't have a lot of friends. She didn't have a just she didn't chat with and socialize with people because she missed conversations. She didn't feel like she fit in. She didn't really know anyone in the deaf community. Like, she didn't know a kid growing up who was also deaf, and she didn't know. And the doctors had told her, you don't need to learn sign language. You're hearing enough. That this is the character. And so when she started the school, she didn't know sign language, but she knew she didn't fit in. And she struggled with the magical words and learning and made mistakes. And then she found a deaf community and she found sign language. And she started to do well and improve her magical capabilities because she had access. This, this book. Okay. So let me back up just a little bit and give you a little bit background of the story. I'm not going to spoil it. I'm not going to spoil it. So Kate is 11 years old. She finds out she's a witch and she's going to a magical school. There, she doesn't have accommodation. So she was mainstreamed at a hearing school and she had to ask for like an FM system she had to use, and there's a lot of bullying for her, and it's just an awful experience. And so she was worried about that. And then she moves to a magical school, and there's not, she was hoping for something to just magically make everything better. She could hear again. No. And she finds out that it's not possible to magically change who she is. She will always be deaf, she will always have hearing loss. And so she finds that out. There's no accommodations ready. She gets the magical version of an FM system, which does help a little bit because it has more capabilities than the technical one we have now. And growing up, I had one in school and I hated it because it worked or it didn't work. There was no, let's be honest, it really never truly worked great. Today's are better, yes, but back then, no. Anyways, so she goes to this school and she's hoping to be fixed where she can be just like everyone else, every other person, and she can perfectly hear everything. And she finds out that's not real life, but she will have magic to help her. So in the book she is doing she's doing the spells, and sometimes she doesn't hear the right word because what happens is you can't use normal everyday language for your spells. It's very dangerous, so it's a different language. So she's trying to learn that and doesn't hear it right, says the wrong word, and has things happen like maybe making the school disappear on accident. They were like, how'd you do that? That's what I heard. So that's a funny part that happens. And it's real life. It's what happens when you don't hear something right. You can mess up, sometimes bad. And then she starts using sign language. Now, that's everyday language. And can have some consequences. And so they teach her visual kinetic VK language, where she shows the, not the sign, but she shows the motion, the movement, and it's a spell. So she doesn't have to say it now, and she can use her hands. And she's like, okay, but it's hard because you have to like spell the whole word, and she doesn't like it. And then she meets a deaf sporting team. She notices they're signing and how they're fluent and it's beautiful. And she's like, I want that. I can understand that. I can do that. And during the time of like trying to meet with them, she finds the deaf community and she starts actually learning sign language and also the proper signing magic. And it just shows that having access to language is so important. And yes, she can succeed without that, but she does even better with access to language. One of my favorite quotes is, she loved her family, she loved her friends, and she loved studying magic at the school. But being around signers felt like home. So, would I recommend this book? Yes. If I had a kid who was deaf and hard of hearing, I would want them to read this now. Will I also share this book with my 7-year-old? 100% yes. I think they will really enjoy the book because it has magic. And also, it shows how you can succeed when you think you might fail. So, this book is really good. My full written review is going to be on my website. Here it is. But yeah, I thought it was a great book, and I was really happy to find the felt this book is pretty champ. And if I were still in middle school, it would be my favorite. Unfortunately, right now, it's more of a nostalgia feel. And I really like that I found a book that has a deaf, hard of hearing character who has magic, and she's at a magic school. And I just wanted everyone to know I did really enjoy the book. Anyways, happy reading. Bye.